You don't need to get a stop until you need to get a stop. A wise man told me once. They didn't get one, Steve, in the first half of a football game. It's never happened to Kirby Smart's team. You're down there. What's going on in that for the first literally 3 quarters of that football game?
I don't know how anything is better than what happened in Athens today, because it was an absolute test of wills. You have 2 guys that coached under Saban at the same time. You heard all the stories this week. You know exactly what gets under each other's skin. I thought there was a very quiet confidence in Lane and his approach. The research team at ESPN, I thought, dug up something great. In Trinidad's 15 games last year at Division II Ferris State, he combined to play in front of 70,000 people. Today he played in front of 93, and he was incredible. He was so good, and you could just see Kirby coming off the sideline like, all right, next time up, we got to get him. And what's been laying underneath all these issues, and hearing Kirby talk about, we got to start games better, we got to do this better, we got to play better defense, is they got a tough MFer at quarterback, man. And Gunnar Stockton, it doesn't look the best. It doesn't look like a pro-style deal.
It adds up.
I'll tell you what, he's got some pro guys on the outside. He's got Colby Young, who gets hurt on the flea flicker on the first series. He never comes back in. Dylan Bell steps up, who was a great asset for them last year. Whoever you want. That offense can go. They finally had everybody healthy on the offensive line, and they needed all that to keep answering Ole Miss. And when Georgia takes the lead, that third down, when they finally got the stop, is as loud of a place as you can hear. And I'm driving out of there to take Mr. Fowler and Mr. Herbstreit to the old FBO, and, they mentioned it on the broadcast, and that's what, the way this team keeps answering, and I feel like I've said it 4 times already this year, only a Kirby Smart coach team wins that game. It's unbelievable how they respond to haymakers.
Championship DNA. It's a real thing. It's belief. It's being able to eat punches. It's 35-26 Ole Miss, and you haven't gotten a stop. Mm-hmm. Not one. Not one. Then you go down and score, and then you get 1 stop. And now, if you can get your beak out in front, then that means all of a sudden, all of that confidence and excellence that Trinidad and that Ole Miss offense played with, now you have to. And it all of a sudden, I wrote it down on the hieroglyphics. I got to find the game. Their first stop led to them taking the lead, and after they scored, it's 35-26. And after they score, 3 and out, touchdown, 3 and out, field goal, significant to some. And then it wasn't a 3 and out, but it was enough play. It was 5, I believe, Ole Miss ran where the game comes to an end with a deflection there. And that's how you win a game. And we've seen Georgia win through the years on the strength of defense. My gosh, you turn on the TV tomorrow and there's going to be 15 of them on every level of the defense that you're going to watch. There's a good play on 3rd and 6 from Auburn. Here we go. 4th down 6 in double overtime. But it doesn't matter. It's like the Texas game. The Texas-Oklahoma game last week. We talked about how many times that Texas-Oklahoma game was low 50s to mid 40s, and then last week it was defense. Whatever. Georgia, just win the friggin' game. Mm-hmm. They did. And it's a program that expects to win. There's a sack on 4th and 8. And Auburn's going to lose again on the Plains. Wow. Wait, whistle? I don't know what I mean, there's a flag. He threw it to a lineman, which is prohibited. Heavens to Betsy. Heavens to Betsy. Yeah, that's illegal touching is what that is. I might do some illegal touching. Where's my shaker? Boy, it's going to be a somber evening at Toomer's tonight. There'll be no rolling of anything. Drink. That's a huge dub for Drink. Well, we'll get to that. I was just doing a little live play-by-play, just so you could watch me die a little bit here live on the pod. The notes that are irrelevant, I mean, about the game, it's about figuring out how to win.
And they've been in these instances plenty of times, and there's a familiarity with that. And you could see it was more hectic than being comfortable, but they knew what they were in for. And whereas I look at the other side and I look at Lane, it's like, good God, what do I got to do to win a game? I mean, they were so good.
So
precise.
good.
I thought the play right to start the third quarter where he runs down the sideline, and you're like, this isn't going to let up. Georgia has no answers.
None.
And Trinidad's, running the ball when he has to. He was so accurate on his short throws. They did whatever they wanted in that building against that team. And I get it. Alabama did a couple weeks ago, but I just
but Bama's lived
keep answering. It's unbelievable.
Bama's lived in that space as well, and so for a guy that, and what a great note from research, for a guy that played in front of 70,000 people combined a season ago, to walk into that place that's on 11 from the morning on and throw punches.
Yeah.
Not throw jabs. It's 35-26. 0 stops. And I'm thinking, wow. But again, walk out with the dub, and you don't have to stop until you have to stop them. And when Georgia did, they did. Who's Ole Miss got next? Because that's their first loss.
They go to Oklahoma, I believe.
That's my on-ramp to just mention them. They went in that relatively early window down in South Carolina, ran it down South Carolina's throat, played awesome defense. South Carolina couldn't get a third down conversion. OU holds South Carolina under 200 yards until there's a garbage time drive where South Carolina gets 50 yards that don't matter. That was an impressive response in a place where you could lose. I think playing at 12:45 is a hell of a lot better than playing at night in Williams-Brice, but I don't care when you played them. Oklahoma, impressive again. Ran it, played great defense, and that was an impressive victory. So now Ole Miss has to go to Norman.
I believe so.
Man, that'll be really, really fascinating to see that defense. All right, what's Venable's group draw up against what that Ole Miss offense was capable of doing today? What a scene. Go ahead.
You think Oklahoma's a top 10 team?
I'm terrible at this, Steve. I'm like Vital in the tournament. I put 36 teams in the top 10. I need to see it all and figure out what we're looking at. Their one loss is Mateer probably rushing back, bad thumb against that Texas defense. It's really good. Sure. Who's their best win at this point? Michigan, I guess.
I guess.
I suppose that's their best win. They're going to get some chances here with Tennessee and Alabama and Missouri, and the rest of Oklahoma's schedule is an absolute gauntlet. So they're going to get chances to prove it. If they are, they're going to demonstrate it, I suppose.
Do you think they're better than Ole Miss?
Well, we're going to find out next week, aren't we? I start to say I trust OU more and Norman, but I watched Ole Miss go into Athens today and do what they did. I think Ole Miss is going to go up there. They're going to hang numbers. They're going to get more than 200 yards of offense. I'm certain of that. I'm with you on Kiffin. Like, I watched, his demeanor, and you saw a calm and a confidence. He did a funny little thing there where he called a timeout, and he goes, no, I was clapping. And then it was a fun little moment. Like, Lane loves to troll, even in game. They impressed me. They really impressed me. And they just blinked. And once they blinked, the tidal wave came. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And that's really what oftentimes this sport tends to be about, is you can't blink. And if you do, you better get your senses back and get your feet underneath you and take a standing 8 and then come punching off the ropes. And they just ultimately couldn't. So impressed by both. And then in the end, just shake my head at Kirby and his group doing what they do. We love that place. As you said it well the other day, it's not the easiest spot to get to, but I said it's worth it once you do. Everywhere y'all go, it's the biggest party on Saturday. Anything specific you want to mention about the scene and the morning?
Yeah, I got to see Cashmere Keith.
Yo, you buried the lead. How do I not know this?
Hey, we got to see the Cashmere one.
Did he have on a terry cloth jumpsuit?
He did not. It was too hot for that.
How many
Way
buttons? How many buttons in the collar? Just wide open. We're talking about Cashmere Keith, PGA Tour star. I call him
0 buttons. Done. How does that make sense? On the old golf shirt, there was 0 buttons in the holsters.
Good. Why would there be? There's no